Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. As promised, this is the ascent into Paphos. We're up into Tsada. Look at that view in the distance, all across the treetops, the rooftops, through the humidity, and of course straight out into that blue Mediterranean Sea. So come on, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Paphos, Cyprus, Marika and me, oh yeah, we're waiting, especially for you. And I tell you what, the weather, oh my goodness, the temperatures dropped that little bit. Last week we really were suffering, don't get me wrong, but it's dropped back now to more normal temperatures for this time of year, around about 31, 32 degrees. Today they're predicting a high of 33, and I know sometimes they lie, so it could be 35, but the humidity is a little bit lower, and that's of course what makes it that little bit more comfortable, or shall we say the other way around, when the humidity is high, it makes it that little bit more uncomfortable. Yeah, we always walk around saying it's hot, isn't it? Oh, it's hot, but it's actually the humidity that's what makes us drip, shall we say. So luckily today, and I think tomorrow they're saying the same, the humidity is that little bit lower, so of course it's that little bit more pleasurable when you're sitting by the pool, or perhaps going up to the Old Town, or perhaps walking along the Gate of Paphos promenade and to church, get dancing into the downtown Gate of Paphos Harbour area. And of course if you're looking for Marika, and of course myself, Mr. Paul, more often than not you're going to find us at the first restaurant in the main harbour area, and of course that's the King's Restaurant, a restaurant literally fit for kings and for queens. In other words, it's the perfect place for you guys to pop in, perhaps have a hot latte, perhaps have something chilled, perhaps sup on a pint or two, perhaps get a breakfast, get a lunch, or perhaps get a gourmet meal on an evening while you sit in their main restaurant area right on top of the blue Mediterranean Sea. Don't forget to say to the man known as Harris or any of the staff those magic words, Marika and me, and guess what? You're going to get a 10% discount courtesy of Marika and me. Now, big shout out to some of the guys that like to watch the show now and again. There was a girl yesterday, we did wish her a happy birthday, and I think she's probably back to her art. Her name is Lady Carol with an E. We're missing you like crazy, and I bet you're glad that Rachel's come home, and of course with her is Cheshire Cat Gritty Man. We're missing you like crazy, guys, and we're looking forward to you coming back, and of course staying in that rather nice Cali hotel in Coral Bay. And you never know, we might be storming that reception very soon indeed, especially for you. Who's in town at the moment? Well, there's a girl called Dizzy Blonde, and of course she's brought her superstar with her, and that's ours and her, Prince Oliver. And what a superstar he is. He's only 13, but I tell you what, he's got a very clever head on his shoulder, and I had great pleasure chewing the fat with him, and hopefully, as Mum says, they're going to come and join us again one of these evenings in the King's Restaurant, and we're looking forward to it like crazy. We've also been joined by Sir David and his blonde beauty, Lady Deborah. Yes, Princess Millie, that's your mum and dad. Big shout out to you, of course. And of course you're going to come to Paphos next year with them, because you understand you've missed out on a fabulous holiday. And we'll look forward to seeing you again very soon indeed. Central Paphos is going to come up if you stick with us, and we're going to work our way to the central area of the Old Town. If there's time enough, we may even get our way down to the harbour. It all depends on the traffic, doesn't it? And car accidents and traffic lights and things like that. So, Lady Andrea, let's keep you on full alert, and let's try and keep these traffic lights on go. We don't want to see any of that redness, because that's going to slow us down and frustrate us. Because, you know, in Cyprus, as locals, we don't like to be frustrated by traffic lights. We don't like people slowing down in front of us. And on top of all of that, we like to park wherever the hell we want to park. And Unfortunately, at the moment, the government is putting these silly metal poles everywhere and stopping us from frequenting pavements. And I don't know why, because nobody ever walks on the pavements. They were perfect places for us to park our cars. But of course, we all understand what's actually going on. They're telling us that pavements are for people to walk, and they're building these car parking things, and then they're installing these smart payment systems because they want us to pay for parking. In other words, they want to tax us. Anyway, rant over, Lord Andy from downtown in Shropshire. And of course, a big shout out to your bride and your very own beauty, Lady Ness. We know you had a spectacality of a holiday and a cruise indeed, a great wedding anniversary, and of course you renewed your vows, and we wish you the rest of your lives together. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing you when you get back on that big bird and jet into downtown Paphos. I'd like to do a big shout out to the girl in charge of the show. That's our girl Dame Anne. Thank you very much for being a superstar member, and thank you very much for gifting us those 2 virtual coffees. And yes, you never know, you may win that little meal in the King's Restaurant. You never know. Big shout out to all of the guys that have bought a ticket or 2 for the competitions that are running. The competition starts off on a Saturday, and every Friday, like I've said, from now on until the end of time. So it's every single week. Anybody who buys us a virtual coffee as a gift, as a thank you, or as a ticket entry into the competition, obviously will be entered into the competition to win 2 tickets on the Ocean Vision. What's the Ocean Vision, I hear you say? Well, it's the big 5-star big boy super cruiser in the downtown Cape of Paphos Harbour. It's a cruise with all-inclusive, all you can eat, all you can drink. There's dancing, there's prancing, and you never know. If you're very lucky, you may even end up with a little bit of romancing. The tickets work out about €89 each if you want to buy them, but we're going to give you 2. All you got to do is gift us 1 virtual coffee per entry on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Google these magic words: Buy Me a Coffee, Marika Me, Buy Me a Coffee. Up will come our landing page. You can read a little bit more about us. You can choose to read the comments, and then of course you could gift us a virtual coffee or 2 as a thank you. And of course, to enter yourself into the competition. And every Friday we will put all those names in the hat. If there's only 1, guess what? You won without any further ado. At the moment, I think there's 27 entries, so the odds of winning are pretty high, aren't they? And that's what we want, by the way. We don't want us to be selling hundreds and hundreds of tickets, 25, 30, 40 tickets. Wonderful. That's as much as we want, because of course that means that the probabilities of people winning are very high indeed. There's 3 prizes. The top prize is 2 tickets on the Ocean Vision. Second prize is a meal for 2 at the King's Restaurant, including a pint or 2. And of course, the third prize will vary between a big boy cigar or perhaps something for the ladies. Well, perhaps the ladies like cigars, I'm not sure, but we will give you a choice. If it's won by a lady, perhaps a little bottle of perfume. If it's won by a man, a big boy cigar. So 3 chances to win, and all it's going to cost you is €5 per entry. So, lost in deep central Paphos, and the traffic is building, and the stress is coming to all of the people driving around because we're being frustrated. Shall we let this lady go? Yes. Is she going to thank me? No. There we go. Welcome to the cruel world in downtown Paphos. I'm only joking, but there we go. Let's get the big boy cigar lit up, and of course we can enjoy the flavours, and then you can enjoy the noise of the lighter. You ready? On that note, a big shout out to Baron Von Cigar, by the way. That's Lord of the Martin, and of course the greatest accountant in the world, and a girl with a superstar smile all to boot. That's his girl and our girl, Lady Victoria. And of course, we'll be looking forward to seeing you when you jet into Paphos very, very soon indeed. And of course, at the same time, Princess Tracy is coming. We're looking forward to seeing our friends and of course our family members as you come to Paphos. If you're looking for us, like I've said many times, you're going to find us more often than not on the promenade in the harbour area. And of course, after we finish filming, we like to sit at the King's restaurant and, well, I like a hot latte. Priscilla Booth likes a Bloody Mary or something like that. And on that note, a big shout out to a girl in downtown Wellingborough. She's getting excited because she knows she's coming back to Paphos very, very soon indeed. And of course, the partner in her crimes has been studying the Breitling watch collection in downtown Paphos because he's thinking of having a flutter or two or three, you never know. Big shout out to Baroness so sweet Caroline, and of course Lord Nigel. No, he's not a lord, my goodness, get your tongue round it, Mr. Paul. He's a Baron Nigel of the Big Guns. Looking forward to seeing you again very, very soon indeed. Big shout out to two identical twins known as a couple of Pains, and they are a couple of Pains, by the way, and they like to linger and hide in bushes all over downtown Paphos while they hunt for their drones. Anyway, downtown damp Cardiff, it's a little bit dreary, so they say. Balaclavas and koshes at the ready. Big shout out to Baron Jeremy and of course Baron Simon. We're looking forward to seeing you when you come to Paphos on the 16th of November. Paphos miles waiting. Don't you worry, boys. Don't you worry. And that gold necklace, luckily for you, it's not gold, but it's not cheap. I'll check the price tonight and I will let you know. Priscilla Booth will love you forever and forever. Central Paphos, and we're heading deep now in towards the older part of Paphos. As you may notice, the buildings are starting to look a little bit more, what should we say, old. There we go. Let's not be rude. But if you take a right literally down here and work your way, you'll come into the older town. And of course, a lot of it's been refurbed, by the way. Lots of shops, lots of businesses, cafes, coffee shops, and artists are waiting for you. So if you are perhaps in Cato Paphos and you're looking for a little adventure on foot, around about 20 minutes, but remember you're walking uphill, going back down much easier. You can roll down. So make sure when you are coming up, either you carry a bottle of water or pop in somewhere and get yourself a drink or two. Otherwise, you might find yourself that little bit dehydrated, which we don't want, shall we say. So the old town of Paphos is on the right-hand side, shall we say. Should we take a right? Yeah, I think we will. Come on, let's go and have a look. We don't often head into the old town, do we? So a bit of an adventure for us today, and you get to see some of the parts of Paphos that perhaps you've not ever seen before. And like I say, the old town is a very inviting place, by the way. You'll find all of the people that you come into contact are charming and, well, welcoming, shall we say. So stick with us. We are going to circumnavigate a little bit, and there's lots of little side alleys and nooks and crannies, as you may have noticed. And I'm pretty sure down one of those nooks and crannies is a lovely little coffee shop, cake shop, cafe bar that you can have a great couple of hours in and then have a wander around. That's the main bus terminal there, by the way, on the right hand side. And of course there is a bus from there down to Cato Paphos and from Cato Paphos up to there. I'm not sure of the bus number, but it's very easy. Just go and Google Paphos buses and of course pop in the destination that you want to go, and up will come all of the bus numbers. Bus service in and around Paphos, by the way, if you are curious, is very good indeed. A bus ticket is €2.50, but remember that's for each trip. It possibly might be more sensible and cheaper and more convenient on top of that just to get a day pass, and that's €6.50. As I say, buses are clean, buses are very efficient, and they tend to be on time, by the way. Very efficient indeed. You often see a bus stuck up someone's bottom pushing them along because perhaps he or she, the driver, stopped a little bit too long having that frappe, shall we say. Stick with us. Old Town is all around us, and we are going to go a little bit further and take a left and drop down for you to get a view that is quite simply worth dying for. All along here are some restaurants, and of course they have the view that you are about to see now. Well, there's one or two trees in the way, but there it is. Over the rooftops, over the treetops, that is the blue Mediterranean Sea. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness as I take you on my travels in and around Paphos. And please don't forget to consider to hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform and perhaps gift us that virtual coffee or two, or even join us as a superstar member. And please keep your eyes and your ears open for our 2 YouTube channels, which will be starting very, very soon indeed. Cars and Me, and of course Marika and you. Thanks for watching, and of course I'll look forward to seeing you again very, very soon indeed. This road is absolutely awful, isn't it? Even in this rather nice BMW, which is almost like